Have you ever experienced jobs that just have poor ethics or just not a fit for you regarding the people or the culture? FlexJobs, the #1 site for work from home positions, made a list of the top companies to work for remote positions in 2024. But you don't want to go through that long list of 100 companies, so I'll make a deal with you. I'm going to go over my top 4 companies that caught my eye so that you don't have to scour the list looking for a good fit. And in return, when you land your job, whether it's through this list or otherwise, you have to treat yourself to a nice dinner. My top 4 companies include entry-level positions, mid, and higher level, and they also cover a nice variety of different industries from customer service to sales, engineering, analytics, administration, and more, all based on your needs for remote work. I will go over the job interview, experience needed, and pay to help you find the remote position that aligns best with your experience, skills, and financial responsibilities. The first company that we're going to look at is Robert Half, and they have thousands of jobs to choose from, whether it's remote, hybrid, or fully on-site. If you haven't heard of Robert Half, it's the world's largest talent solution and business consulting firm. It's also traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and it's a member of the S&P 500, so it's a large and strong company. This is one of the jobs that caught my eye, Remote HR Operations Coordinator. This looks like an entry-level position. It is contract, temporary to hire, and if you're saying that I'm looking for something that is full-time and long-term, then that's great. We're going to look at a couple other options to see what best fits your needs. But let's take a look at this Remote HR Operations Coordinator position. Looking at the key responsibilities, it looks like you will be managing employee data. There's also some system management. So if you're transferring data between 2 systems, just making sure that you are following the right configures, whether it's saving a document in a certain form, a certain format, just making sure that you are transferring data between the 2 systems appropriately. Process improvement is going to be great because you're finding ways to streamline, make things easier and more efficient. Also in this role, you'll do some data analysis. So you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at trends, seeing what insights you can pull from the trends that you're seeing. And here are a few other responsibilities: onboarding, employee relations, all of this related to human resources. For this position, bachelor's degree in human resources, business administration, or a related field is preferred. So it looks like they have some wiggle room. So if you don't have these credentials, if you have relevant experience, I would definitely apply for this role. And when I say relevant experience, I mean, do you have these transferable skills that we talked about up here? Managing data, process improvement, data analysis, all of these things are transferable. And if you've done them outside of the human resources capacity, these can be transferred over to human resources operations. Here are a few other qualifications: familiarity with HRIS systems. I wouldn't too much worry about some of the acronyms that we may not know, may not be familiar with, because many of the skills that you'll have will be transferable. Of course, strong attention to detail, organizational skills, all of these things I would be placing on my resume to make sure that I stand out for this role. Excellent communication and interpersonal skills. This is human resources, so communication and interpersonal skills are going to be key. This section here is what I would also pay close attention to. If you are passionate about HR operations, possess a strong attention to detail, and thrive in a dynamic environment, we encourage you to apply for this position. Showing passion, showing strong attention to detail, showing that you have the interpersonal skills to thrive in a dynamic environment. Many of the things needed for some of these entry-level positions are more so soft skills. So if you can show that you have those soft skills, you will definitely stand out. Getting along with others, working well with others, knowing how to collaborate with cross-functional teams, paying close attention to detail so that you can improve accuracy and minimize certain mistakes, which will save time. And I did want to point out that this job does list LA, California, but it does say here that we are seeking a fully remote HR operations coordinator. So this is a fully remote position. Now let's take a look at some of the other positions that this great company has to offer. Here is a HR recruiter position. This is remote, this is temporary. I won't go too much into this because it's probably very similar to the other position that we looked at, HR recruiter position. Here's one for cybersecurity engineer, paying $43 to $50 an hour, something that would be good to look into. All right, here we have LiveOps, and they have lots of remote call center agent work from home jobs available. Now you might be saying, I don't want to work at a call center, it doesn't pay enough. This one is for people who aren't looking for a whole lot of money, but maybe you're just looking for the flexibility to be able to work from home. Maybe it's something that can be a second job. Maybe this is something that can help you pay off your student loan debt, pay off credit card debt, or just pay something off in general. This is if you're looking more so for that flexibility to be able to work from home and bring money in at the same time. Now, what stands out to me here is this Flex Jobs 2023. This is a top 10 remote work from home company to watch for. So that's saying quite a bit. Here's something to look at. As an independent contract agent, you're your own boss. And here are some positive things that they list associated with being an independent contract agent. Have the freedom, flexibility, and autonomy to choose when and to whom you provide support services. Set your own schedule. That is key, especially if this is going to be a second job for you, especially if you need that flexibility in your life. You need some money coming in right now to pay off your credit card bills, to pay off your student loans, or whatever it is that you need to pay down. Work remotely from your home. ICAs, what you'll be doing in this job is you will be handling inbound and outbound customer service calls. Now, there's certain industries that they talked about in the very beginning. Let me scroll back up. Opportunities in retail, healthcare, inbound sales, home delivery support, government support, tax support, on-demand entertainment, and customer service. So if you look at this here, LiveOps, their portfolio is a collection of well-known brands inside of all of these different industries of retail, healthcare, insurance. So you'll be working with different industries in terms of the support that you'll be giving in this role. Requirements: minimum 1 year phone-based customer support experience. If you have any customer service experience at all, I would definitely apply to this role as a great opportunity for something that's work from home that gives you that flexibility. Here you'll need strong customer service and written skills. And of course, patience and empathy will be great to have for this particular role as an independent contractor agent. So here's the earning potential, and as I stated, I knew that this would not be something that was going to bring in a whole lot of money, but it's great to have for the flexibility and to be able to set your own schedule. So it's here $12 to $17 an hour. And it looks like your earnings are going to vary based on your performance. So they have some performance-based pay as well as other incentives. Here is something to consider. ICAs are self-employed. So you will have to file a 1099 when you file your taxes because ICAs are responsible for paying their own taxes and expenses. Now, this, again, I would not pick this as my full-time job, as my only job. I would choose something like this as a side hustle. I would choose something like this to have the flexibility to work from home. If I'm working on something or I need to be in the house at this season in my life, I would choose this position. ICAs choose their own schedule by self-scheduling 30-minute blocks of time during which they commit to handle call volume and provide customer support. So that gives you that flexibility, again, that we talked about. Here are some parameters around where you have to live to work in this particular role. ICAs must live permanently in and provide services from one of the following states. So you can see there's lots of different states here. So this should cover a large amount of people, but if you don't see your state on here, we're gonna go over 2 other companies that you will likely qualify for. Now, this company is the world leader in servicing science, whether that is improving life for patients, protecting the global climate, or just keeping people safe in general. And they have multiple remote positions available. So let's take a look. We can take a look at the different categories here: clinical research, corporate, customer, and technical support. We can scroll down and see all of the different industries available based on what aligns with you, your experience, your skills, what you're interested in and would like to learn about, or even pivot to a different industry. They even have some internships available here. So a wide variety of categories that would fit your needs. Now, if we come here, we can look at the different countries and we can filter on our particular country. So I'm going to do the United States. And you can drill down even further if you want to look at opportunities by state, just in case you're interested in a role that is not remote and you actually want to go into the office, you want to mingle and connect with people, you can see the different states that they have available here in terms of open positions. I'm not going to select the state since I'm going to focus more on remote positions just for this particular video. So I will click here and click fully remote. And then I will come up here and make sure most recent is selected. Yes, it is. So here's a senior sales compensation analyst. That sounds very exciting. Compensation, so you're going to be dealing with money, packages, employee packages when they get hired, their salaries, maybe if they're offering them particular stock awards. This is a compensation analyst role. But this is not an entry-level role because it is a senior sales compensation analyst. So if you already have experience as an analyst, this would be something good to look into. Data science, customer experience. This looks like something that could be entry-level, so let's take a look here. So yes, this looks like an entry-level role. The candidate will play a key role in analyzing large sets of data. So customer experience. This is a customer experience position. So maybe you're looking at surveys to try to understand and extract meaningful insights regarding the customer experience. Can you understand trends? Can you gain those insights and tell a story with the data? Collaborate with cross-functional teams. Can you partner with other teams to get additional insights needed to tell that story? This is a data scientist role. So you're digging in to get the meaning behind the numbers. You're able to tell a story based on the details that you see and piece everything together and package it up and to provide solutions based on what you see. But you're not just doing it alone. You're not just an island all by yourself. You're collaborating with other people. You're collaborating. You're working with cross-functional teams to gather all of the insights that you need to tell that story. So if you're someone that can investigate, if you're someone that understands how to do research, if you're someone that understands how to glean the insights needed to tell the story, then this is a great position for you. Sometimes we can see the term data scientist and we can think, I have to be a scientist. I have to be good at these scientific things. No. You are analyzing information. You're a scientist because you're able to pay attention to detail. You're able to gain the insights needed to provide solutions when it comes to the customer experience, because this is a data scientist related to customer experience. You're that person that maybe in your friend group, you can look at your friends and see, something is on their mind. They're behaving a little bit differently. I think they may be bothered by something. You notice and pay attention to detail. That's the type of person that's needed to be a data scientist, as well as you're the type of person that asks questions. Not talking about the friend group, but just in general, when you're on the job, you're seeking to learn, you're seeking to grow, you're asking questions so that you can get those insights to understand, how can I provide a solution? How can I provide a solution? How can I make something easier? How can I gain those insights? For this particular role is customer experience. How can I save the customer time? How can I save the customer money? How can I put a smile on the customer's face by making them satisfied and have a great experience? The data that I get is going to tell me all of those details. It's not a data scientist in the true sense of the word science. It's a data science because you're scientific and you have a method into how you glean and gain your information. Here it's talking about customer feedback, getting customer feedback. Here it says apply advanced statistical models and data algorithms. A lot of times we see these things, and I was a data scientist and I would see these fancy words like data algorithms and advanced. I didn't use any statistical models and data algorithms. These are just fancy words for saying you understand trends. You understand the trends that you're seeing in the data. You know how to get that feedback from the customer, because this is a customer experience role. You know how to get that feedback from the customer to help you to gain insights, to solve a problem, to tell a story. Here's another great one that I see: brainstorming new improvements to streamline current techniques. Maybe a lot of the processes are manual. Maybe these processes cause a lot of time to be wasted. Maybe there's some inefficiencies that you can create, some type of streamlining, that you can brainstorm new improvements that could make this process better. Minimum qualifications, bachelor's degree, and they have different fields here or similar fields of study. I personally would not worry too much. As long as you have a bachelor's degree If you have analytical skills, I would apply for this role if you have a bachelor's degree. Now, if you don't have analytical skills, but you're interested in investigating and researching and finding insights, right? And process improvement, what I would do is I would go to LinkedIn Learning. I would go to LinkedIn Learning, and they have several different classes that you can take on data analysis to beef up your skills so that you can be qualified for this job. And if not this job, I'm always going to be showing some type of analyst job so that you can be qualified for one of those jobs that will give you a good amount of money as well as help you to get into a career job so that you can grow and increase your income as well as increase your skill sets. This analyst job, most analyst jobs will allow you to have a decent amount of money as well as grow in your career. Grow in your career. It looks like the salary range for this position is $67,000 to $100,000. It does say that this is based in California, but again, I would look on this job board, I would look at this company and click on my state and look for similar analyst roles. So if you are not in the state of California, you still have an opportunity because there were so many different states that were listed in the states category within this particular company. Take a look at some of the other states and the analyst roles that they have available, because I'm a firm believer that analyst roles are great for helping you to be able to expand in your career, to grow in your career. It's not something that will cause you to be stuck. No. That is a highly sought after role that will give you the skills that you need to grow and to move up the ladder, if that is your choice. Now we are back to the list so we can take a look at a couple other positions. Look at all these positions they have. Look at all these positions they have. Let's just take a look at, see what else they have. Here is a patient enrollment optimization intern. This is remote, but you're based in North Carolina. So it looks like they want, for this particular company, they want you to be in a particular state, but you are remote. So I would absolutely filter for the state that I live in. If we go back up here, I would filter for my country and I would filter for my state. And who knows, maybe you can still get this job even if you don't live in the state. That's something that you can bring up when you get the interview as something to negotiate. Here we have a quotation specialist. This looks like a entry-level role and it's available in 4 locations. So for this particular role, it looks like you will build price quotations for clinical trial services. So you're building price quotes here. Associate's degree is the minimum requirement. You can see also some other roles that other candidates also viewed. So this is great. Controlled environment specialist, technical support specialist, and you can see some other roles down here, other specialist roles. This is a fully remote position available in 4 locations. Let's see which locations. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, North Carolina, and Georgia. Here we have a senior customer service representative. This one is based in California, fully remote, but I would look again at some of the other positions that candidates have viewed to see similar positions to this customer service representative and see which states they're hiring in. Because for this particular company, their jobs are remote, but they want you to be based in a particular state. So before we get to our final company that I definitely want you all to see, I would take a look at these filters and filter as needed so that you can find a good fit for you when it comes to Thermo Fisher Scientific. Okay, going on to the next one. So this next company is Randstad, and Randstad is the world's leading talent company. So they help place people in the right positions. All right, so we can take a look here, a little bit about Randstad, and let's get right into the positions that they have available. Remote jobs only is checked off here. 223 jobs. Lots of analyst jobs, which I really like, because you get the opportunity to learn so much, so many transferable skills that you can take into other areas, not just other departments, not just other industries, but it just helps you in life in general. Analytical work, data analyst, business data analyst, business analyst. Look at this. $25 to $31 per hour. This is remote. They have them in different cities and states here, but it's remote work. So I would really ask HR, have that conversation and understanding, even if you don't live in one of these particular states, we see it's remote. So there is a likelihood that you can negotiate where you live, right? So I would absolutely ask those questions since these are remote positions. The salary here, business data analyst, $43 to $48 per hour. So let's take a look at this particular one. Many data analyst roles will likely have a bachelor's degree as the requirement, so I will say that. And this I want to highlight is a contract position, but it does say no requirements for a degree. So I would apply for this even if you don't have a bachelor's degree. If you have these transferable skills, or if you've gone into LinkedIn Learning and taken a data analysis course, spend a few hours to learn how to data mine, how to see trends and understand data, I would absolutely apply for this job even without a degree, because you have that course and you have the relevant experience if you've taken it. Here's some of your responsibilities. Essentially, you're going to be extracting data, adding up data, aggregating data, manipulating data. This is related to pharmacy and medical claims. So you're going to be understanding the trends and gaining the insights related to pharmacy and medical claims. Again, you're performing analysis. You may be generating reports to answer research questions. You're checking your data, performing quality control checks, making sure that your data is accurate. Qualifications. Minimum 5 years of experience, education, no degree required. Here, I don't pay much attention to the 5 years to the experience numbers as much, because when you have that resume looking the way that it needs to look, and you have those keywords on your resume based on what's on this job description, and you've gone into LinkedIn Learning and you've taken a course on data analysis, data mining, processing large data, if you've taken those courses and you have beefed up your skills, that's all that matters. Because when I started my career as a business analyst, I did not have 5 years of experience working for a great company. I went to LinkedIn Learning and I learned what I needed to learn. I improved my resume. I got the interview and I went in there with reports showing them what I've learned. Here's the work hours, 8 to 5. And they keep saying no degree required. Look, I would absolutely apply. I would absolutely apply. Even if I didn't live here, I would absolutely apply, because you never know, things can be negotiated. But they have a lot of other analyst roles in different states, and they're all remote. Here we go, business data analyst. When you see data analyst, business data analyst, they're all the same. They're all the same. These are paying a little bit more. Reasonable accommodation partner. This sounds like something that's entry level also. I would take a look at that. Here's another analyst role. Houston, Texas. Again, I would still apply and see if the location is negotiable since it's remote. Accounting assistant, remote, $21 to $25 per hour. Proposal analyst, another analyst role, great. Look at all these different states and cities that they have remote work available. North Carolina, Oregon, California. Here's a customer service rep position in Texas. This is remote, temporary to permanent. Here we go again, Decatur, Georgia. Customer service claims rep, 15 or pretty much $16 an hour. If you want the flexibility, again, some of these that are, not paying a whole lot of money, maybe you just want that flexibility. Maybe you need to be at home right now, but you need money coming in and you need to pay down your debt. You need to pay off whatever it is that you need to pay off. Here we go, another call center agent. There's 223 jobs here. I would absolutely take a look at these, view more, and even use any filters that they have to see what is a good fit for me. You can type in your location, your zip code, and then it will pull up all of the jobs that apply to your particular zip code. You can filter on job type, permanent, temporary, or any of the other ones listed here. and you can also filter by job category. So I hope that this was helpful for you, because these are companies that are highly rated by Flex Jobs, for companies to watch out for remote roles in 2024. We want good pay, but we also want a company that has a good work culture that aligns with our culture. We want a company where we can be ourselves, a company that has good standards. So these companies that I've provided here are those highly rated companies. And you can see based on the positions if it's a good fit for you. Because no one likes to go to a job or start working for a company and you realize, I don't really get along with these people, or it's not a good fit for me in terms of the company culture. Now, if you saw some jobs and you thought to yourself, man, this would have been a really good job, but it was posted 4 weeks ago, it was posted a month ago, I would continue to take a look at these companies that I've listed as they post new positions every day or every week or however often that they do. I will continue to take a look at those companies. Why? Well, because you know that you have companies that are highly rated, strong companies also. So thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you again in another video.